All right, so we are calling the July 21st meeting to order. Welcome, everybody. Good to see everybody. And Diane, would you please take the roll call?
Sure. Joanne Aldrich.
Here.
Donna Bell.
Here.
Arthur Costa.
Here.
Joel Deputat.
I'm present.
Virginia Desmond.
Present.
Lynn Murphy.
I'm here.
Joan Unger. Joan Unger, can you hear us? I see a box, but I don't see or hear Joan.
She's on mute, I think.
Yeah.
Cathy Walsh is trying to get in. Arlene Wright.
Here.
Bob McGinnis.
Here.
And Tracy, how do you pronounce your last name?
It's Skayan.
Skayan. Tracy Skayan.
Here.
Stand. Oh.
Okay. Well, welcome, everyone. We have Richard present to answer questions as they arise. And I also would like to welcome Tracy as our newest board member, as well as Arlene as a reappointed board member. We look forward to continuing always to work with Arlene and to work with you as well, Tracy.
Yay. Welcome, people.
Welcome, welcome.
Good job.
I have a question.
Who's that?
Bob,
Bob, yeah.
has Tracy been sworn in by the town clerk?
No, she has not, so she will not vote
She
today.
can't do anything at the meeting then?
She cannot vote today. She knows
She
that.
cannot do anything?
She will not vote today. She won't do anything.
Okay.
All right. Everyone had a chance to read over the minutes?
Yes. Yes.
Can I get a motion to accept the June 23rd minutes, please?
I motion that we accept June 23rd. 23rd?
23rd.
Yes.
And a second, please?
Second.
Bob, Arthur seconds. Is there a discussion? Nothing to discuss. All right, Diane, would you take a roll to vote, please?
Yep, we're going to vote to approve the June 23rd, 2020 meeting minutes. Joanne Aldrich.
Yes.
Donna Bell.
Yes.
Arthur Costa. Joel Deputat.
Yes.
Virginia Desmond.
Yes.
Lynn Murphy.
Yes.
Joan Unger. Cathy Walsh, I don't know if she's here yet. Arlene Wright.
Yes.
Bob McGinnis.
Yes.
And Tracy will abstain.
Okay. And so the minutes have been approved. Bob, you're going to present the treasurer's report, please, the financials.
Yes, I will. Okay, I would just like to say that everybody got on their computer the explanation for the line items on all of the treasurer's report. Okay, they got an explanation. It's updated explanation. Okay, so on the general fund, we had an increase from 139,371 to 146,833. That's the original appropriation now. So there's been an increase from that. And on the also on the first page, we still have left 142,000 because we didn't really spend anything yet. It's so early in the date. This report is from the 16th. Okay, it's from July 15th. So there really hasn't been any activity much in the general fund, only a few items. Okay, so that looks good. Now we go into the revolving account, and on the revolving account, the only thing we've spent so far is $560. Okay, so we are appropriated $250. We spent it with $250,000. We spent $560, so we still have plenty left. There's no activity, not much activity in that. Now, on the other one, you don't have a sheet yet because I did not get one from Jan because she's going to explain what happened. All right? Jan, you want to take that?
Sure. So the state formula grant just starts up again on July 1st, but we don't really put our paperwork into the state until September or October. So I haven't really formulated what we'll spend the formula grant on, except for the van drivers that we will definitely, appropriate some of the formula grant funding for. So I didn't print off a report because there's really nothing to show. There's no money in that line item at this time. Not until I put in the paperwork to the state, which is generally the way we've done it. Even last year, I don't believe that you got a formula grant until October-ish anyway, or September, because we just don't have the funding situated until we get the paperwork into the state.
Okay.
Okay, can I add now? Okay, this is Bob again. I'd just like to say that that's my report, and this is my last report because I am no longer the treasurer after this meeting.
And we
Okay?
thank you
My
for
term
being.
is up. My
Can I
term is
get-
up.
Can I get someone to make a motion to accept the financial report?
Can I ask a question ahead of time?
Sure.
On the floating fund, that's 250,000. Is that fund continue every year and adds up, goes higher, or does it just stay at the 250? And whether we use it or not, it's there? That makes sense?
Bob or Jan?
Jan can explain it if you want to. If you don't, I will.
So it's a revolving account that we have money in, and that just recharges every year. That just keeps going. It's money that
What we
we
don't
have.
use, it goes back to 250.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Can I get a motion to accept the financials?
I
motion to
make the
accept
motion, this is
financials.
Bob.
Second.
Made a motion, and who
Second.
second? Joanne
Second it. Second.
Yeah, Joanne seconded.
Joanne, okay.
Diane, would you call a roll, please, to vote?
Yep, motion to accept the financials. Joanne Aldrich,
Yes.
Donna Bell,
Yes.
Arthur Costa,
Yes,
Joel Debutante,
Accept.
Virginia Desmond,
Accept.
Lynn Murphy,
Yes.
Joan Unger, Cathy Walsh, I don't think she's with us, Arlene Wright,
Yes.
Bob McGinnis,
Accept.
and Tracy has to abstain.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
Tracy.
financials have been approved and accepted.
Kathy.
We're gonna move on to the announcements, the calendar of events. Diane's gonna take that, please.
Okay. So, let's see. The Fridays, the 50s and fit exercise class and meditation by instructor Joan Lawrence. We've had to do a little more work on, so that's been delayed. That was on the calendar last month, I believe. So I've taken that off temporarily, but once we refilm a few portions of that, we're hoping to have that back on the schedule in August. We have the second craft class coming up that will be aired on cable TV at 10 a.m. every Friday in August. It's a fall wreath craft class. We have almost 30 people signed up for that one.
No, I didn't.
We're still doing telebingo on Tuesdays at 12:30. It's going very well, and people are enjoying it. We have an exciting series called Brains and Balance that will be starting on August 5th. Runs for, I believe it's 10 weeks, Jan?
Yes, it actually starts tomorrow, Diane. It starts July 22nd.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the August calendar.
Right.
Goes into August, right. So that starts tomorrow. And we're really excited about being able to offer that with some grant money. I think Jan will talk a little bit more about that. And then we've added tele-knitting On Mondays, our knitting group here from the senior center call into our teleconference line and do any kind of needlework they want to, and get to chat and catch up and socialize a little bit for an hour. So, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're working on a lot of different virtual programming and exercise classes, but one step at a time. So that's August.
Virginia had a question. Go ahead, Virginia.
What time is the knitting group?
The knitting group is at 11:30 a.m. on Mondays.
Can you give out that number?
Would you like to join the chat?
No, but
Oh.
I know there may be some people. So I'll talk to you afterwards, Diane.
Yeah, we can, anyone that's interested in joining that, yeah, we'll get together and I can get that information to them. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions for Diane for the calendar? Looks good. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
The director's report, Jan, would you speak to that, please?
Sure.
Hey, just so you know, I finally got online. It's Cathy.
And Joan's here too. I see Joan.
Okay, I had to call Brian back. He forgot to give me the password. Okay. Oh,
Are you all set?
Go ahead, Jan.
Okay.
Oh.
So the final garden bed was completed by Rory. They actually came here and built the final garden bed, and it's huge, and it's over in the Healing Garden. So by the spring, that means we'll have 6 beds to plant in. So that's exciting. I wish we could have planted this year, but you know, we're kind of limited with our personnel to water plants at this point. So but they are there and they look great. The HVAC system was struck by lightning sometime before June 30th. So
Oh, my
ambient
God.
temperature. Yeah, so we had no air conditioning in the kitchen and in the halls. So ambient temperature came in and replaced the panel. And along with our IT director, Jamie Bent, they had to replace the computer as well, because the computer was using Windows 7, so it wouldn't talk to the panel. So that all got upgraded, and hopefully all of that will be behind us and not be a problem anymore. Diane talked about a lot of the events that are in my report, but I'll just go over them quickly, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. We do still do the blood pressure clinic. It is a little slow right now, and I'm not sure if that's because it's the summertime and people aren't around. We may have to play with the day of the week that we're doing them, but for right now, we're doing them every other Friday, so the second and the fourth Friday of the month at 1 o'clock. So, you know, Ginny's been great, and Vicki has been great to come and do those blood pressures for people, and I think they really appreciate it. The telebingo, of course, is going very well. People are really enjoying it, and I think Diane and I talked today about continuing the program for an additional 10 weeks, beginning in September. Second craft class was filmed this week or last week, and Diane's working on the list of people that want to participate, and she'll get those kits together, and we'll do, you know, handing it out outside, you know, at a particular day and time. Again, like we did the first time. It will air every Friday in August at 10 a.m. And there are still kits available for this fall wreath. And we're working really hard with the instructor to keep the costs low. So this cost for this class is only $15. We have 2 art instructors that we're working with to do a paint night. Those paint nights will be filmed by the telemedia department, and the one instructor that we have had conversations with will be doing 5 classes for us. They're going to be 16 by 20 canvases. I've ordered all the supplies, and we'll be packaging up the kits for pickup over the next couple of weeks. Brian and Jason are going to go out and film the first picture next week on the 29th. And we're able to do this thanks to the ESMB grant that I obtained for outreach and nutrition. And we're going to offer these classes at $10 a class because of that grant. I've been working with the Board of Health to develop protocols to do outdoor exercise classes. So our first class is going to be filmed next week. We were going to do it on Tuesday. I think we might have to change the time that we're going to do it. We're going to have 4 participants along with the instructor because of the 14-foot protocol that we have to follow. And it's going to be Joan Lawrence is going to do the meditation and exercise, and that'll be shown on Tewksbury Cable for people. I'm also, our Brain and Balance class is starting on Zoom tomorrow. We have 10 participants signed up, and the instructor will send the link to those 10 participants so that they can get on Zoom and she can do that program with them. That program is also being funded through the ESMB grant, and she is also developing or producing a video series on nutrition that we are purchasing through that grant, and I will be able to air that on Tewksbury Cable because we will own that nutrition program. So I'm really excited about that. The Meals on Wheels site worker resigned on July 11th. So due to COVID and our inability to have a salad bar, I asked Linda Poulin, who was our nutrition assistant, if she would be interested in the position for now. And she said yes. And so Joyce from Meals on Wheels spoke to her last week, and I believe she accepted that position. They are also short drivers for Meals on Wheels. So since our van program is a little slow right now with people doing a lot of telehealth appointments, I have offered to let our van drivers drive for Meals on Wheels to help them get those meals out to them. But medical rides and seniors rides will take precedence. So if there are rides that do develop, then, you know, our van drivers won't be available for Meals on Wheels, but they know that. So for right now, we're able to help them out. Our finances are in good shape. We're using anticipated formula grant funding to pay our van drivers, and the formula grant paperwork, like I said before, is not due to the state until the fall. The agenda for the next meeting will be due to the clerk's office by August 14th at 2 p.m. So if you have any agenda items you'd like to discuss, please let Lynn know the Thursday before the board meeting to enable us to have time to post it with the town clerk's office. So I guess that's it.
Thank you, Jan. Are there any questions for Jan? Joel?
Jan, what was the bill for the air conditioning and the computer replacement?
I haven't paid it yet, but it's a little over $9,000. It's close to $10,000.
And have you and Mr. Montori gone over where that money is coming?
Yes, we actually had money. Yes, there was money appropriated in our account that we were able to pay that bill with.
So
that had to be done before June 30th. So
was that a transfer from an existing fund?
I transferred it from the salary fund. We had money in salaries that I could transfer into the repairs and maintenance account luckily.
Thank you for answering my question. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions for Jan?
Just a great job, Jan.
Joan has a question.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
The next meeting is on, looking at my calendar, it's on the 18th at same time as today?
Yes.
Okay, that's the 14th. It must be the town meeting.
14th.
Well, the agenda has to be posted on the 14th.
But the meeting.
The meeting's not the 14th.
It's on Tuesday, the 18th, correct?
Correct.
The
Correct.
18th. Okay.
Any other, Jenny?
I had to step out for a minute. Is it Linda who's going to be the new person for the Meals on Wheels?
So they didn't have anybody, so Linda Poulin had been checking in with me about the salad bar, and So I told her she was unable to collect unemployment. So I told her
Oh, wow.
that, you know, I put her in touch with Joyce so that she could take over that position if
All right.
they wanted her. So they worked it out between them.
Any other questions for Jan? I can't see.
I do.
Kind of shout out, who's that?
Kathy Walsh,
Kathy, go ahead.
what days of the week do you need Meals on Wheels drivers for?
I'm honestly, I don't know, Kathy. I don't do that scheduling. That's through Joyce Dasto, but I can have her give you a call.
Okay, or I can touch base with you after and I'll get her phone number and call her.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Jan,
Joan?
did I get signed up for the brains and balance? I need both. Did I get signed up for that for tomorrow?
Oh, sure. We can sign you up if you're not on the list. I have to look.
I did call in. I don't know if I got on.
Oh, you did? There's room, so I can put you on the thing.
Okay, thank you.
I just need the right email address for
I'll
you
send
to
it
be.
you. I'll send
Okay. Yep, I'll have Holly reach out to you.
All right, thank you, Jan, very much.
Welcome.
New business. Bob wants to discuss the policies and procedures. We kind
Get
of put
into
a
old
time,
business.
wait 1 minute, Bob. We kind of put a time limit on it only because we have some other business. It's probably going to go over a little more than 5 minutes. I realize that, but we did put a time limit. Try to keep it to a limit. So Bob does want to discuss policies and procedures with us. Go ahead, Bob.
Okay, I'm not gonna spend 5 minutes, nowhere near
Okay.
5 minutes. I
All
just
right.
want to bring out some high points. Okay, everybody got it, the thing from the policies and procedures. They should have gotten it on the email. If you look at page 2, down the bottom, it
I
said
didn't get
no
it.
person shall serve more than 2 terms in succession. And then they need to take a year off to go back in. Okay, my term is up for 2 years, and Cathy Walsh's term is up for 2 years.
Correct.
Okay? Which means we cannot run again this year. All right?
Yeah.
Now, if you go on the next page, okay, it says on the second paragraph, a member shall have served on the COA for at least 1 year prior to election as an officer. Okay, now, if you recall 3 years ago, Karen volunteered to be the treasurer when my term was up. And Joel said to her, you cannot do that because you haven't been on the board for a year. Okay, now these policies and procedures, some of them we use, some of them we don't use, but the majority of them we do use. And we've been using them for a long time, since I've been on the board. I've been on the board almost 6 years, and we've been using policies and procedures. Now, all of a sudden, we're not following them. I don't agree with that, okay? And it also says, you know, about attendance. If you read on, there's a lot of stuff in it, but my main point is we have an election coming up now. And in the election, you have to be on the board for a year before you can run for office. And Cathy and myself can no longer be in the positions that we have. Okay? That's on, if you look on the second page and the third page. That's the 2 things I'm bringing up right now. Anything else about being on the board, being absent, and anything else, you can read it for yourself, okay, on the policies and procedures. And we've been following the policies and procedure for many years, and now all of a sudden, we're not gonna follow them? I don't agree with that. That's my report.
Okay, Richard, do we have you with us?
Yes, you do.
Could you speak to that? Because I know that Denise and I have spoken about it, and she believed that that was not the case, that a person did not have to be on for 1 year.
I mean, it's not a strict rule of bylaw that we have in the community, that we have in the town. If it is part of your policies, it obviously can be adjusted at the a vote of the board. That's all it would need to do.
Okay,
But it's really up to the council.
okay. That was kind of my understanding that, in regards to that 1-year policy, that the board could vote to change that policy, and all we'd really need to do for that was for somebody to make a motion to change that policy, and to vote on it. So if this is something we think we want to do, would someone want to make a motion on that to disregard the 1-year policy?
I'll speak to that. This is Cathy Walsh, if I may.
Kathy?
I
Yeah?
did also speak to Denise about that 1-year position, and she said we're not holding to it, but we can vote to change it. So I would be more than happy to make a motion that we change. I don't have that stuff in front of me. I didn't get a copy. That we change that ruling to not have to serve on the board for a year before being appointed to an office.
Okay, does someone want to second that motion?
I'll second.
I will.
Who seconded?
I think Arlene did, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
And is there discussion on this? I can't see everyone. Joel, I see Joel.
I'd like to speak in opposition to changing the bylaw. I think the 1-year rule works simply because you need a year of, well, you need 12 meetings to figure out what's going on. And putting someone in a position without experience, I think, is foolhardy. So I'm going to vote against it, but that's my own opinion.
Does anyone else have a discussion on this? Anyone else?
I would like to say that I am against it also. It's worked fine in the past, and I wouldn't like to see it change now.
Anyone else want to discuss this?
Yeah, this is Arthur. After only being here 2 or 3 meetings, I'd like to see the rules stand also for the 1 year.
Okay, any
So you know
more
what's going on.
discussion?
I'm sorry, did Arthur say he is opposed to it or for it?
We're gonna do a roll on that.
Opposed.
All right, can we take a vote on this then? Diane, will you do a roll call?
Hello?
Vote, please?
Hello?
I have one question.
Ginny?
Oh, wait a
Joanne.
minute,
Yeah.
there's another question.
Joanna's question.
Joanne?
What if we have nobody that wants to serve as the secretary or the treasurer, but a new member does? What are we gonna do then?
That's what happened to the clerk last time.
Right. So what are we gonna do? Can we make an exception or does this have to be a line in the sand? I mean, ideally, I'd like to see somebody have a year on the board like Joel to get their feet wet and know what it's all about. But being the secretary and the recording secretary and doing that, they probably could learn that pretty quick. Treasurer, not so quick. I don't know. I kind of like, if we're stuck, what are we gonna do?
We have 11 members, at least somebody should step up.
Yeah.
Now, we have Arthur and Donna, they've been on 6 months. Is that something we could consider instead of, brand new, at least have a minimum of 6 months? Is this something
That might be a compromise. I mean, isn't
that
Arthur, I don't know you very well, but aren't you a banker or something?
I sure am, yes.
Okay, so I
would consider
I feel
that.
comfortable you jumping in as treasurer after 6 months,
Yeah.
but,
Joel has a question here. Joel?
Yes, I do. We're talking about a motion and a vote
Right.
at this point. If you want to make an amendment to the motion, go right ahead. But we're talking about leaving the
Yeah.
rule as it is intact. That's what the vote is going to be on.
So
can I amend the motion? Or do we have to vote that
I'd
one
like to
down?
say something before you do.
I'm
This
sorry.
is something, these policies of procedure is something that we have been following since I've been on the board for 6 years. And now all of a sudden you're gonna do away with them? I
No,
don't agree with that.
I understand that. I'm just not sure that anybody wants to step into your role, Bob. I mean, I certainly don't have the background for that.
I might just add, Cathy Walsh, we're not doing away with them. We're just changing them due to the circumstances.
Right.
Let's vote on one or the other.
Joanne, did you want to make a motion
Well,
to
can,
amend?
I don't
the
know, do we
motion
have
that
to
was
vote
made?
on the first one and
We
shoot it down, or can I amend the First Amendment? I mean, the first motion.
Right.
Can I amend that?
I do not know.
Or do we have
Can
to
I ask
vote on
another
that?
question?
Can we amend the initial motion?
Or do we have to vote on that and then make an amendment, another motion?
Can I also ask something ahead of time on this? Can I just suggest something? Why can't we just keep Bob on for another year?
He doesn't want it.
Policy.
He does not want the position.
Oh, he doesn't? Okay, all right, I'm sorry.
Linda, am I allowed to contribute?
If you can
Yes.
clear this up, absolutely, please do.
So, I mean, I'm just kind of sitting back and, just wanting to maybe just suggest
Who is speaking,
that the
please?
board consider not just experience on the board perhaps, which is important, but somebody's background and what they bring to the board.
Exactly.
For
Right.
instance, Arthur Costa's financial background
Right. That,
and Tracy's background. She had mentioned that she had had experience with taking meeting minutes.
right.
That has been an issue for this board for quite some time, that we really haven't had anybody to be able to take on that role. Jan did it for a year or more, and I've been doing it. And it would be a great relief for the staff here to be able to have someone with Tracy's experience to just take the minutes and be able to produce those documents for the board. So
I'd
that's
like to say
my,
something to that.
my 2 cents worth.
Is that
Thank you.
Bob? Bob
It's
speaking?
Bob. I'd like to say that Tracy isn't even on the board yet. She has not been sworn in. So how can you vote for her to become an officer? She's not on the board yet.
When are we voting?
Right now, the motion on the table right now is to amend that 1-year policy. I'm not savvy enough to know, can we amend that motion to 6 months? Right now, we're voting on the time frame, whether it be a year or 6 months. Can we amend that can we amend that motion? I don't know.
Can I
I
ask?
think we have to vote on the motion and then we can vote to amend it.
Can
Okay.
I ask a question? Because I'm
Absolutely,
totally
Joan.
confused. Yeah, I think I'm so confused about this right now. Did Bob state that he's coming back? He's already been on the board for 5 years, I think he said. So if he comes back on, from the time he gets back on, he has to be back on another year before he can have an office? Is that what he's saying?
No,
Jim, please close that damn door. Okay, go ahead. I am so frustrated. I have somebody working on the yard. There's noise. Can you close the door? I'm going, listen. I don't understand.
I'd like to speak on that.
If it's 5 years, if they're in 5 years and they come back in, why do they have to? They already know what's going on. Why do they have to wait another year?
He doesn't, Joan.
All right,
I said I'm confused. Okay.
all right, let's vote on the motion that was put in place.
What
first.
is that motion?
The
I'm really
first motion made was to rescind the 1-year policy.
For who?
Can we get a
Excuse
second
me,
on that
I'd like to
motion?
say about Robert's rules.
What?
Don't you vote on the amendment before you vote on the rule, on the thing? You always vote, if you go to town meeting, you vote on the amendment first.
Richard,
I cannot hear at all.
Joel,
Joel,
There's
this
only
is where we
one,
need Joel's input.
there's only one motion on the floor right now. No one's made an amendment to it. If someone had made an amendment, you'd vote for the amendment first, then you'd go to the original vote. But there is no amendment right now. We're still talking about accepting or rejecting the 1-year policy.
Okay,
Right.
can I make the amendment to 6 months?
okay, Joanne has made an
I'll
amendment,
make the
motion to
motion that
amend.
the amendment that
So
someone
have you got an answer
6
yet?
months before accepting a position.
Can someone
don't care.
second that?
All in favor?
On the amendment.
Wait. Don't go so fast. So Joanne made a motion to amend.
The
To
six
amend
months.
it to 6 months. Can we get a second on
Let's,
that?
let's compromise, people.
Thanks.
I'll second it.
Kathy seconded. Okay, we're gonna take a vote on that, Diane. We're taking a vote on the amendment.
Okay,
We're amending it from, we're trying to disregard the 1-year policy. We're amending it to a 6-month term in order to hold a seat. We'll take a
Now,
vote
what
on that.
position are you talking about?
All,
All seats.
Any
Bob.
position on the board.
Okay,
This would be for every position that we're rescinding the 1-year policy. We are making a motion to have it, people in place for 6 months before they are eligible to take an office.
Joanne Aldrich,
yes, in favor.
Donna Bell,
Yes.
Martha Costa,
In favor?
Bill Debutante,
Opposed.
Virginia Desmond,
Agree.
Lynn Murphy,
Yes,
Lynn,
yes.
Joan Unger,
She's on. I'm not voting. Because I'm still confused what's the problem. So I'm not voting at all. I don't understand the problem, so I don't know.
Abstain.
I'm abstaining, that's the word. Yeah.
Right.
Cathy Walsh,
Yes.
Arlene Wright,
Yes.
Bob McGinnis.
no.
That's everybody.
All right, we have a majority. It's been approved. So going forward, that policy will be in place that a member needs to be on the board for 6 months before accepting a board position.
That's only an amendment. Amendment to the original motion. You gotta vote on the motion.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, the motion stands. The amendment is what carries.
The amendment.
We just voted on the amendment, not on the thing.
No, the
Now you
original.
have to vote on the thing, on the whole thing.
No, you're
Follow Robert's rules.
All right,
He's saying,
the vote's gonna be this,
we just voted.
Oh,
All right.
on it.
Original motion.
All right, we'll vote on the original motion.
The
The
original
original
motion.
motion was to rescind the 1-year policy. That's the original motion, to rescind the 1-year policy. And Diane, would you do a roll on that, please?
Okay. so
I'll
the-
second that.
It was, I think, was it second before? I'm not sure. Kathy seconded.
It was. Kathy
Okay,
made
okay.
the motion and Arlene
Okay.
seconded it. So
Okay.
now we'll
Let's
vote
move
on
on.
that,
Okay,
okay? So, let me see.
so we're voting that down,
we're voting to rescind the 1-year policy.
right?
The 6
Okay.
months has been approved, but we're voting to rescind that policy.
Joanne Aldrich,
Vote it down, no,
I
the 1 year down.
vote the, okay. To rescind, yes to
Yes,
rescind.
to rescind it, yes,
yes to rescind it.
yes,
So if you voted yes for the amendment,
yes.
you probably, okay.
It's probably gonna be.
Donna Bell. Donna Bell,
Rescind it?
Yes.
she's a no?
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
That means to rescind it, yeah.
Martha Costa,
Rescinding it.
Joel Debutante,
Gone.
He's left the meeting.
um,
He signed off.
okay, Virginia Desmond,
Yes.
Lynn Murphy, Joan Unger,
Whatever I did before. I'm not
Abstained.
voting because I really am confused. Yes, I'm abstaining. I
Kathy
just, I have
Walsh,
too many distractions.
Yes,
going
vote
on
to
here, so
rescind.
Sorry.
Arlene Wright,
Yes.
Bob McGinnis,
No.
That's everyone.
Okay, so that's been approved to rescind the one-year policy. And what has been approved is a 6-month in-place policy before a member can accept a position. Now
Correct.
we need to go, we have the vice chair position available and the treasurer and clerk. I need nominations for the vice.
Nominate me.
I'll nominate Ginny Desmond.
Kathy nominates Jenny.
I'll
Second,
second it. I'll second it.
second,
You've already-
Joan is second. And would you do a vote on that, please, Diane?
Okay.
I've been nominated for vice chair, right,
Oh,
not
wait a minute.
treasurer.
Do you?
No, vice
Jenny,
chair.
Do you accept this as vice chair? Do you accept the nomination, Jenny?
I gladly accept the nomination.
Thank you. All right, now we do a vote on it.
Okay, now we'll vote. Joanne Aldrich,
yes.
Donna Bell,
Yes.
Arthur Costa.
Yes.
Joel has left the building, so to speak. Virginia Desmond,
Yes.
Lynn Murphy,
Yes, definitely.
Joan Unger,
Yes.
Cathy Walsh,
Yes.
Arlene Wright,
Yes.
Bob McGinnis.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Jenny, congratulations. Congratulations on you.
Thank you.
On your being the new vice chair.
Thank you, and I hope to do the board justice.
You will.
Always, as always.
Yeah.
We need a nomination for treasurer, please.
If it's possible, because I'm unsure of the last vote, I'd like to nominate Arthur.
Okay, Joan has nominated Arthur. Second on that.
Second, second,
And second.
Is that Joanne?
yes. second.
Okay, thank you.
Diane, would you call, please?
Okay.
Wait 1 minute. Wait a
Oh, I'm
minute.
sorry,
Before you do
Arthur,
that,
would you
you have to
accept?
ask him if he
I-
accepts the nomination.
I'm just assuming he looks so happy there. where he is.
Well, you have-
Well, you
Close
officially have to ask him if he accepts
I-
that nomination.
Thank
I will
you.
Close
accept that nomination.
ask
Thank
him.
you, Arthur. All
You're
right,
welcome.
Diane, can we do a vote, please?
Joanne Aldrich,
Yes,
Donna Bell,
Yes.
Arthur Costa,
I guess so.
Joel is gone. Ginny Desmond,
Yes.
Lynn Murphy,
Absolutely.
Joan Unger,
Yes.
Cathy Walsh,
Yes.
Arlene Wright,
Yes.
Bob McGinnis.
No. I nominated him for the board, but I don't agree with this rule.
Okay, that's
voting
fine.
no.
Moving
All right,
right
Arthur,
along.
thank you very much. Congratulations. You are now the treasurer.
Okay.
All right, now lastly, I need a nomination for clerk.
Kathy Walsh, want to be? Can't.
I second that. I second it.
Can she be it? Or is she one that has to
I
rotate on?
didn't hear
Kathy
who was,
Walsh,
Kathy?
I didn't hear, what are you saying?
can you
Kathy?
be the secretary again, the clerk?
No.
Okay,
No, okay.
so we
Right,
need somebody new. Okay,
Kathy has declined.
okay.
I need
How about
another
Tracy?
Pardon?
How about Tracy?
Tracy's not been on, she's not
She hasn't
sworn
been
in
on
yet,
enough.
she's not been on 6 months.
Oh, that's right, she hasn't, sorry.
See what you did?
Thanks.
Now Joan knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Can I
I'll
get-
nominate Joan Unger. I'll nominate Joan.
Decline. Could you tell? I'm already a nervous wreck. I mean, 2 things going on at once and I can't deal with it. No. No. Sorry.
Who can't you deal with?
Any other nominations or volunteers?
What's that job? The clerk
Donna?
writing the note. Oh.
Donna,
Well,
would you have an interest in being the clerk?
Yeah, I need some help, but yeah, I could step up this year.
great.
I-
Great.
Diane?
Has she been on for 6 months?
Yeah,
She
she's
and
fine.
Arthur were both on the same time.
All
Yes.
of that stuff too, there's no doubt.
I nominate Donna Bell.
Joan's gonna nominate Donna.
I
And
second
Donna,
it.
are you-
I'll
are you-
second it.
Wait a minute, are you accepting the nomination, Donna?
I will. I need
Okay,
some help, Di.
all right, and Kathy seconded.
Direct.
Yep.
Can we do a vote, please?
Hold on one second. I'm just making a note.
I think I'm the only one on the board that doesn't do anything, but I don't have a pretty
All
face.
right, we can hear.
Okay,
people.
so this is a vote
Oh,
for
wait a
Donna.
minute. Excuse me a minute. Who's the only one on the board who doesn't do anything? I just heard that.
Miss Arlene Wright thinks she is. I said she's the face of the seniors.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Arlene has participated in many things.
Kenny, did you
So,
get them?
okay, so a vote for Donna
Were they
Bell
at the
as
school?
clerk, Joanne Aldridge.
Oh,
Joanne
Joanne,
Aldridge, she's still here.
That
she
was
was
that
here,
lady
she
that was
just,
crouched.
She's gone.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
she was there a second. Something's happening here.
Okay, Donna Bell,
Yes.
Martha Costa,
Yes.
Joel
In other words, you
Deputant
got
is
them.
gone. Virginia Desmond,
Most definitely. We'll be supporting you.
Lynn Murphy,
Absolutely.
Joan Unger,
Yes.
Cathy Walsh,
Yes, Donna will
Arlene.
support you.
Arlene Wright,
Yes.
Bob McGinnis.
No, she hasn't been on a year.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Go ahead.
Yes, be safe.
Well, not to get into it, Bob, but I spoke with Denise too about that, and she said there's no definite ruling.
Okay, can we get back to this
It's my
first?
own personal feeling.
Bob? All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay, that's fine, but I'm saying, we went through that with the state. There's no personal,
Kathy,
there's no,
Kathy, and we're doing elections right now, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Donna, congratulations. Thank you for taking that position. And
Thank
we
you,
will,
Donna.
we will try to help as much as we can. I know that Diane's gonna help and Tracy has a lot of experience. Maybe Tracy can help as well. That'd be great. And I thank you all for stepping up because we needed the
Thank
help
you.
and we need
Yeah.
the support. Any final comments on the meeting
I
today?
have one.
Bob?
This is Bob.
Yeah,
I just want the board to know that I will be handing in my resignation from the board effective tomorrow. I will be handing that in tomorrow.
well, we're sorry to hear that, Bob.
That's the way I feel.
Well, you've been a valued member and I maybe you'll reconsider.
I don't like the way the board's going, so I won't reconsider.
Well, thank you for your service then. I don't know
Okay.
what else to say. I wish you would reconsider. You've been a valuable member.
No, I will not reconsider.
All right.
Good. Okay.
Thank you. So, we are going to have a board position open if we know of anyone interested. And we'll have to put it on, Jan will have to put it on our website.
Mhm.
Bob, are you a selectman
He's
appointed?
a selectman appointee, Lynn.
Okay, so we'll have.
I'm a selectman appointed, and I will let them know tomorrow.
Okay, all
Effective
right. Thank you,
tomorrow.
Bob. Thank you. So we'll have to let Jan, can we let the selectman's office know?
Yeah, I mean, Richard knows. He's on the meeting.
He's on the line.
Okay. All right, well, our next meeting is August 18th. If there's anything you'd like to see on the agenda, please let me know by the 14th so that Jan and I can get together and put the agenda together. No final comments? Anyone else?
We'd like to welcome Tracy.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you aboard,
Thank
and
you.
we appreciate you coming out and doing this.
Really?
Absolutely.
Right.
It'll be nice when we can
Welcome.
all meet in person.
I mean, I can put you
Right.
on my speakerphone. You'll be able to hear them if you want. Hold on.
Who's that, Jan?
Joanne Aldridge got disconnected, so I have her on my speakerphone
Okay, so
so she
So
can
Joanne,
hear.
Joanne, we took a vote and Donna stepped up as clerk.
So
And
Donna's the clerk.
Bob
Donna
McGinnis,
Bell is the clerk.
Bob McGinnis is handing in his resignation tomorrow.
And Bob McGinnis is handing in his resignation tomorrow.
Should we vote on that, whether to, never mind.
Is there any other final comments?
Yes, Cathy Walsh.
Kathy?
I would just like to welcome Tracy. Thanks for coming on board. And as we all say, we're all available to you at any time. Should you have any questions or need help with anything, we're here for you.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, everyone have
Okay.
Lynn, if I,
Thank you.
one moment, please. Richard?
Lynn, if I could, thank you very much. I just wanted to give the council an update on the director's position, if I could.
My next question, yes.
So over the past week, since the deadline ended for applications, I've had an opportunity to review the applicants for the position. And I've determined that it would not be, it'd be a waste of time to go through the process of interviews because I feel that Jan deserves to be promoted into the position. I've worked with Jan since she was appointed to her role as executive assistant in the departments since 2012. I think she knows how I feel about her and her work. So I have gone through the process. I feel like I've done my due diligence. I've witnessed the work she's done since taking over as acting director, and no one is happier than me to tell the council that I'm promoting her to director, and Teresa Belanger, the HR director, is on vacation.
Richard, yay, Richard!
I feel much better now. I picked my whole mood up.
So I just want to let the council know that.
Thank you, Richard.
Okay.
Thank you,
So
Richard.
now we have to interview for Jan's position.
I just have one thing to say. Richard, I want to thank you very much from all the seniors in Tewksbury here.
Yes.
There was a lot going into it. Everyone's been a little anxious, and you've not just brightened Joanne's day, but I can speak from the seniors who the phone calls I've been getting. I thank you very much for doing this.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
It was an
Jan.
excellent choice, excellent decision.
Yeah, we're here for you, Jan.
Congratulations, Jan.
Congratulations. That's
Thank
great.
you.
Congratulations, and look at it, standing ovation.
Thank you. I just want to thank the town manager for all of his help and leadership during this unprecedented time. Additionally, I want to express my gratitude to the town manager and the Board of Selectmen for their confidence in my ability to hold the position of the Director of the Council on Aging. And I want to take this opportunity to thank the COA Board for their constant support and encouragement. The endorsement of the community has been very humbling, and I can't express my gratitude enough. I look forward to everyone's continued help and team spirit as we navigate the best ways to help our older adult community stay engaged.
Great.
Great.
Thanks, Jan.
Thank you.
Good job, Jan.
Thank you.
Yeah, but now, Jan, we need somebody to fill your seat.
We'll find somebody. We'll find somebody, Kathy.
Okay.
Have a great afternoon, Tracy. If you go to the town hall, get sworn in, so the next meeting, you can be verbal and vote.
I will. Thank you.
And I can't wait to meet.
Lynn?
You need a motion,
Everybody
Lynn.
to
Yeah.
get together again and meet in person. That'll be great.
All right. I'll make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
All right, we need a second on that. Jenny,
I
second. Diane, can you do a quick roll on that to adjourn,
Roll call to adjourn the meeting.
please?
Joanne Aldridge,
We got disconnected.
Donna Bell,
Yes.
Arthur Costa,
Yes.
Joel is gone. Desmond,
Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
Ginny, yes, okay. Lynn
Yes.
Murphy, Joan Unger,
Yes.
Cathy Walsh,
Yes.
Arlene Wright,
Yes.
Bob McGinnis.
Yes.
Okay, thank you all. Meeting is
Thank
adjourned.
you.
Take
All
care.
right, Jan, I'll take you to dinner anytime.